well, I think it's about time that I do something I should have done a long time ago. Let's read the Discord of Gods. At long last. Hello. I love this book. I love this book. Right. I haven't even, introduced whatever this vlog is. I'm not sure what this vlog is. I just started with I'm doing something I should have done a long time ago. So welcome to a vlog. Sorry. I am doing the thing that I should have done a long time ago. And I am a decent ways through it already. I am on page 317. I've just got into part 2. This is the last book in the Chorus of Dragons series, Discord of Gods by Jadeyraereads. This is the 5th and final book in that series. Starts with Ruin of Kings. One of my absolute favourite series. I think it's up there possibly with the Greatcoats as being one of my favourite series ever. I should have read this a long time ago. I got myself into a really weird slump, so I put it down after being so excited for its release. So I'm really glad I've picked it up again. I'm fucking loving it. I can't tell you anything because it's the last book in this series, but if you've heard me rave about Ruin of Kings at all, just know how much I'm loving this book. And I'm over halfway. There's so much going on. I don't know what is happening to people, or in some cases who people even are anymore. It's amazing and I'm loving it. But yeah, if you haven't read Ruin of Kings yet, you should. It's about a boy called Kieran who is being pulled at by absolutely every side of the world. The gods want him, the dragons want him, the wizards want him, everyone wants him, the demons want a part of him, and oh my god, the family tree is so confusing, but in the best way. And there's kind of reincarnation of a type going on, so and then the goddess of death is involved, so when people die it's but are they? Oh, and then when the I can't say anything because massive spoilers, but I'm loving it. And there's this person who should be dead. Is he dead? I don't know. Is he dead or is he dead, Finn? Hey baby boy. Thanks for jumping up here and saying hello. I appreciate it. Oh, that's your butt. Okay. You're a good boy. You're chewing my fingers. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Finny boy. I'm gonna go to... okay, I won't speak. I'm gonna go to my nail appointment now, because I'm getting my nails done. I'm very excited about it. Bye! Hello, people. My library's a fucking mess. Don't look. Just don't look over here, okay? Look over there. Except this leaf is in the way. This leaf's in the way. Oh my god. Whatever. Hello. I've put the book away now because I finished it. But let me grab it out to talk to you. Because this book was fucking perfect. I loved it. It was everything I wanted it to be. And I didn't... Oh, I did? Oh, right. Okay, so, the last book in the Chorus of Dragons series by Jadeyraereads. My favourite, one of my favourites. Close favourite with the Greatcoats for my favourite series. Which I think tells you how much I love this series, because everyone knows how much I love the Greatcoats. So, I love this series a whole heckin' ton, and I had been putting this off for far too long, so the whole doing something that I should have done a long time ago, I've done it now. I've done it. I finished it. It was everything I wanted it to be. I'm so glad I did put it off. I want to say, oh, I regret it, I should have got to it sooner, but no. I'm glad that I put it off, because I think if I had read this at the time where I started it the first time, and I really wasn't in the right mood for it, and I was feeling slumpy. If I'd forced myself through this, it wouldn't have been as good. I wouldn't have felt as good about it as I do, and I think finally having that motivation and that drive to pick it back up and being excited about it, it was perfect, and I ended up absolutely loving it, and I had a fantastic time reading it, and it made me want to start all over again. Like, I want to go back and read Ruin of Kings again. I want to start with Ruin of Kings again. I want to read the paperbacks. I want to highlight them, annotate them, scribble in them, all of that good stuff, because I just love them so much. But I also want to reread The Greatcoats as well. So I now have, like, these two favourite series that I desperately want to reread. But yeah, obviously with it being a final book, I can't tell you much. I didn't cry at the end, but something happened that made me feel sick. I felt unwell. Like, I wanted to cry. I felt icky, but I didn't cry. But I can't tell you what, obviously. But, oh, I loved it so much, and I just want to start again. So, there we go. I finished Discord of Gods. Anyone who's been yelling at me for the last, 9 months that I need to read Discord of Gods can stop now, because I have, and I loved it so freaking much. I feel like in terms of a review, I really can't give you much, because last book in a series, I've gone on about these a lot, but if you want a recommendation from me, read Ruin of Kings. Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons, book 1 in the Chorus of Dragons series, follows a young man called Kieran, whose father's a musician, but he finds out that he is sought after by so many different areas of this world. Like, the royal family want a part of him because he could be some long-lost immortal prince type thing. The gods want a part of him because he has something to do with their prophecies. The demons want a part of him because he's something to do with their prophecies. The dragons want a part of him because somehow he's connected to the dragons. This secret society of angels want a part of him because he's also somehow connected to them. And all of these different things are connected to each other. It gets complicated. I will say that. I can totally understand if maybe it's hard to follow, but I just adored it. All the way through, I loved it. And on one hand, I am gutted that it took me so long to get to this one, but I'm glad I waited and read it at a time where it really made me feel good and sparked this love again, and I just loved it. So, there we go. It's done. How long will it take me to start a reread of Ruin of Kings? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how it happened, but over the last, 3 days, I've ended up with a lot of new books, whether they're ones I ordered myself, or gifts, or subscriptions, or whatever, so I thought I would just do a quick run-through of some books that I've got in the mail recently. So, let's do that. Starting off with the November Cliterature book, which is a book club hosted by Steph from Steph Loves. She's roped me into it. We are reading erotic, paranormal, dark, demon romance. This is With a Vengeance by Freydis Moon. I don't know what I'm going to think of this, but I needed to get myself a copy, so I did. We'll see what happens with that. The third book in the Ocean Squid Explorers Club trilogy came out by Alex Bell. This is Explorers at Stardust City. This is the second trilogy after the Polar Bear Explorers trilogy. Love that trilogy. Haven't read any of this trilogy yet, but now I have all 3 of them. Maybe that will inspire me to do so, but this came out the other day. I ordered it. It arrived. Here we are. Similarly, we have the Arctic Railway Assassin, which is the latest Adventures on Trains book. I love Adventures on Trains. The latest one. Had to get my mitts on that. Here it is. We then have a gift from Cece. Thank you very much, Cece, for The Vanishing of Avalon Jones. This is the third book in the Avalon Jones series. I think they're completely underrated middle grade spooky books. I say underrated, they've definitely been getting more love recently, and I'm really glad about that. Third book in that series, The Vanishing of Evelyn Jones. I'm assuming she goes missing. I'm excited to see what happens in this one because I've loved the first two. And then from Tracy got me a couple of books. She got me Spark by M.G. Leonard and Festagrim by Thomas Taylor. This is the fourth book in the Malamander series. Yes, fourth book in the Malamander series, which follows Herbie Lemon and Violet Palmer in the seaside town of Erie-on-Sea. Looks like there's an iron giant. These are always super atmospheric. Love them. Hey, Finny boy. Love them a lot. Very excited for this. And this is the sequel to Twitch. Hello. I'm not talking to you. But this one is the sequel to Twitch, which was M.G. Leonard's other book about a boy called Twitch who helps to find a kidnapper in a forest. It's criminal stuff. But yeah, the second one to that, he's a bird watcher. So it's like, how can the bird watcher help? He's really passionate about birds and he gets bullied for it, but like, it was really good. I really liked it. But yeah, this is one of the authors of Adventures on Trains, so it's a similar sort of vibe of kid with a like typically nerdy hobby, being really good at solving mysteries and stuff. So we've got like Hal and his passion for trains, and Twitch and his passion for bird watching. So thank you very much to those lovely ladies. Thank you very much. I then received Fairy Loots. So we have the adult Fairy Loot book of Poster Girl by Veronica Roth. This is a dystopia. Dystopia's not really my thing, so I don't know if I will actually get to this, but we got that. And then in the box... Hello. Then in the box we got two books. We got Princess of Souls by Alexandra Christo, which is a bonus paperback. Beautiful. And then One Dark Window, and this speaks to me. I think I could like this, like dark fantasy. Hello. Gothic fantasy romance about a maiden who must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom. Okay. Wasn't aware of the romancy side, but oh, it's just so beautiful. Look at it, and there's like an alternative cover underneath there. But the naked book is gorgeous. It's gorgeous, Finny boy. It's gorgeous. Just like you. So yeah, all of that aside, I am about to start a new book, and that is The Shadow Glass by Josh Winning. This is the JPEG's book club pick. Our live show for this is this coming weekend, so I need to read it this week. So I'm gonna crack on with it tonight. See how much of it I get read, I don't know. It's apparently pretty spooky. It's about shadows. Puppets. It's about puppets. The title is where I'm getting shadows from. But I think it's about this kid or man, he's not a kid anymore, but this chap whose father made a movie called The Shadow Glass or something, and something about it is like living to haunt his son now that his dad's passed away. Jack Corman is haunted by his father's failure. Oh, the movie flopped. Okay. And now he's haunted by his failure, and something about these puppets coming to life. I don't know. The cover looks great. I'm excited about it, but apparently it's kind of spooky, so we'll see. But that's where I'm at. Anyway, I'm going to go and read some, but I thought it was about time I updated you, because I don't know when I actually updated this vlog last. I don't even know what this vlog is. It's a vlog. You'll see it when you see it. I am so tired. But here I am. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday feels cursed this week. I believe that today is cursed. Good God. I filmed in here yesterday and said it's a mess. It's still a mess. I really need to sort this out. Especially for this weekend. I really need to sort this out. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. Anyway. I finished The Shadow Glass. I've stuck my bookmark back in there to keep it safe. But I finished The Shadow Glass. I don't think I updated you at all whilst I was reading this. But this is the book club pick for JPEGs. which is a Patreon book club that I'm part of. The live show is this weekend, so I kind of left it to the last minute, but here's what it is. I really enjoyed it. I liked it quite a lot. It gave me very much Dark Crystal, Labyrinth sort of vibes, Neverending Story, those sorts of, like, what are they? Are they 80s-ish? I don't know the years. I don't know the years of those films, but like 80s-ish pop culture. Would I call them pop culture? I guess pop culture. I don't know. Those sort of 80-ish film vibes. Very Dark Crystal, but I really liked it. It's about a man called Jack Corman, whose father made this incredibly popular movie called The Shadow Glass, and then Jack kind of grew into adulthood hating everything about it because of how it impacted his family. Something happens and the puppets of this film come to life and chaos ensues. But also kind of creepy, kind of a little bit grim in places. Not as spooky as I thought it was going to be. I thought, like, you know, Dark Crystal-esque puppets coming to life. Like, I thought it would be a bit creepier than it was. I was expecting to be spooked, and I wasn't. But I did really enjoy it. I liked the, like, team of characters that we end up with, and the growth of Jack as a character, and the puppets. I like the imagery around it all as well. Like, it was all very vivid to me, but I think it, you know, I grew up loving, like, Labyrinth, Neverending Story, Dark Crystal, those sort of things. Like, they're very much like my mum's thing. So as a kid, I obviously watched them and enjoyed them and stuff too. And that kind of weirdness I really like. So this hit me in the right ways for kind of like nostalgia in a little way. But yeah, just ticked the boxes for things that I enjoyed. So I'm very glad that happened. But yeah, sorry, I'm really tired. I don't know what I'm saying. Live show for this one on Saturday. I'm excited to talk about it because I enjoyed it. And it's the first JPEGs book that I've actually finished. In other news, I got a parcel from Cece. Thank you very much, Cece, for A King's Radiance. I saw Cass talk about this one, and I don't think she loved it in the end, but what she said about it really sparked my intrigue. So I put it on my wish list after I heard Cass talk about it. And then Cece's purchased it for me. So thank you very much, Cece. Unexpected and appreciated. You are a gem. But yeah, this is indie fantasy. Hello, phone. Political fantasy. Come on, very me. I'm excited about this. When I read it, I don't know. I'm kind of collecting indie fantasies at this point. I should probably do like some sort of indie fantasy vlog or something. Because I am collecting a fair few, and all of the recommendations that I'm collecting basically are coming from either Cassidy, or Kathleen. But I think Kathleen hears about them from Cass as well, so it's all Cass's fault. I love Cass. If you're not subscribed to Cass, you should be. In news about what I'm going on to read, in this tired state of mind, I've apparently decided I hate myself, because I'm going to pick up The Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson. I have decided that this vlog is basically going to be a vlog of, I should have done that a long time ago, in finishing Discord of Gods, being late to the party with a book club read, and I kind of soft DNF'd Shadows of Self a long time ago. Here it is. It's got my beautiful bookmark in it. On page 43, I soft DNF'd it. I didn't have any interest, and I'm still kind of at a point where I'm not sure if I have any interest, but in the spirit of doing things that I should have done a long time ago, it's not that big. I seem to have my reading mojo back. I'm gonna try it. We'll see what happens this time. But yeah, that's where I'm going next with my reading. Or I might have a nap because I'm really tired. Today has not gone my way at all. I have been a mess today. But yeah, I'm gonna maybe read a little bit, maybe have a nap. I don't know. But there's your update. Hello, it is time for an update. It's been a few days, and I've actually read some other things in between that aren't in this vlog, just because I wanted to. This little stack over here. I read Ocean Squid Explorers Club, Spark, and White Fox. I haven't done a vlog for these ones though, so I figure I might as well mention them here. I read them for my Patreon Pokethon gym, but I didn't vlog it. So let me just give you a quick rundown. I finally read Ocean Squid Explorers Club. This is the first book in the second trilogy following on from the Polar Bear Explorers Club, which I really liked. Ended up really enjoying this. Not quite as much as Polar Bear Explorers Club. I'm a polar fantasy fan, so that was kind of bound to happen. But I enjoyed it. I will definitely continue this trilogy. It's great fun. It's about a young girl called Ursula who wants to join the Ocean Squid Explorers Club after hearing about all of the successes of Stella from the Polar Bear Explorers Club, but also the like overarching antagonist is still at large. So like the same story is still continuing into the second trilogy. Really liked it, had a good time. I then read The White Fox by Jackie Morris. This is absolutely tiny, very emotional and impactful, about a father and son returning to their home, being led by a white fox. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful story. I need to read more from Jackie Morris. I read East of the Sun, West of the Moon from Jackie Morris and adored it. It's like my favourite telling of that story. And this was beautiful and emotionally impactful. I definitely need to read some more from her. Gorgeous little book. I very much recommend. And I have just finished Spark, which is the sequel to Twitch by M.G. Leonard. Twitch being about a boy called Twitch who's a birdwatcher, and his birdwatching leads him to solve a crime, and there is another crime in this book, all to do with a bearded vulture. Very good. I like it. M.G. Leonard does a great job of making like these quirky hobbies into crime-solving abilities, because obviously she co-writes the Adventures on Train series, which I really love. But yeah, I enjoyed that as well. So that was my weekend's reading, these ones, but I didn't really vlog that. So there's that. I have come here to actually tell you that I have made some progress in Shadows of Self, and I am hoping to finish it today. I went on a spa day on Friday with my mum, my nan and my aunt. It was really lovely. And I took this with me with all intention of reading it at the spa, and I managed to get about halfway and then my phone died and I was listening to the audiobook, so that sucked. But I will say it's definitely improved from how I remember it being the first time I soft DNF'd it. I did soft DNF it very early, so I am further than I was before, but it's definitely got to a point where my intrigue has increased. So I'm not dreading reading the second half of this so much, but I will say that so far Mistborn Era 2 is nothing compared to Mistborn Era 1. But I will continue it and I will finish it, and hopefully I will finish this today. Because, you know, I should have done this a long time ago. And that seems to be the theme of what we're doing here. So, yeah, I'm going to carry on with this. And honestly, I will probably just update you when I finished it now. But yeah, intrigue's improved. Hopefully it will continue to go up. That's how I feel right now. I'll give you, like, full thoughts when I finished it. Because it's better, but it's still not great. I think I'll understand my own thoughts better when I've finished it. So, I'll chat to you then, but progress is being made. So, my day didn't go as planned. Yeah, you know how I said I was gonna spend the day reading Shadows of Self? It's the next day. Because I ended up instead spending the day in A&E. Yay. I'm fine. It's not broken. I'm not fine. It hurts a lot. But I'm fine. It's not broken. I got bit by a dog. There was a lot of blood. But it's not broken. but I do have to keep this bandage on for the next week, which the more I look at it, the more I think it looks like a tampon. But it's fine. Finn's fine. Not a scratch on Finny boy, because I got in the way. So, yeah. Long story short, Finn got into a little bit of a scrap. Kind of by mistake. I don't think the dog that attacked him meant to attack him. I think he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And my immediate reaction was to jump between them and stick my hand in a Doberman's mouth. So that's what I did. And yeah, I did get a little bit of a bite on my thumb as well, but nowhere near as bad as the little finger, and there was a lot of blood. But fortunately, all of the blood was mine. No dogs were harmed, just me. So yeah, that's how my day went instead of reading Shadows of Self. But I can report that since then, I have finished Shadows of Self. And you know how I was saying, like, I should have done this a long time ago? I should have, but I'm really glad I didn't, because I was so bored for most of this book. So, Mistborn Era 2 is a lot smaller than Mistborn Era 1. Mistborn Era 1 books are massive. They're chonky. They're great. Mistborn Era 2, much, much smaller. Takes place, like, hundreds of years after Mistborn Era 1. A very different land. Very, like, Western themed. Nowhere near as good. In my opinion. I think it will very much depend on what you enjoy, but like the gunslinging Western vibes of this, it just wasn't what I wanted from a Mistborn book. I wanted way more of the like Alamancy stuff and less gunslinging. But I read it. I was very bored. For such a small book in comparison to Sanderson's others, it took way too long to read, but it is done now. And the twist at the end of this, did not see that coming. Has it, hello? Has it redeemed it? Do you think? Do you think the plot twist redeemed the book? I don't know. Do you want me to throw the ball? I don't think the plot twist redeemed the book. I don't think it was that good of a plot twist. But it did have me very shocked. Hello again. You want me to throw the ball again? Ready? Go! I forgot what I was saying because now I've been tied into a game of fetch. It was too long, yet small. It just, I don't know, the pacing felt wrong, and in comparison to Sanderson's other books, I just don't think it was anywhere near as good. I was quite disappointed, but that plot twist at the end does have me thinking I will probably continue Mistborn Era 2, which, when I was halfway through this book, I thought maybe I would DNF Era 2 and have to, like, check with Cody or something if I needed it for later in Stormlight or something. But that plot twist has made me think I will probably continue it. I don't know when. Don't hold me to it, but it's a thought. I am going to wrap this vlog up here. I don't really know, ready? How much content it has had, but main things have occurred. 2 books I have been meaning to read for the longest time and should have done this a lot sooner. Discord of Gods and Shadows of Self. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I feel like I haven't done like a random sort of vlog like this in a while, because I haven't done weekly vlogs in what feels like forever. But I hope you have enjoyed hanging out. If you have, give us a thumbs up, chat to me down below, all that good stuff. Tell me a book that you should have got to a really long time ago, but you still haven't. Let me know what it is, because we've all got them. But yeah, otherwise, I shall see you in whatever comes next. Bye!